Hey everyone, I hope you've had a good week. We've been pretty busy here in the fish room building out a few more shelves and getting in a few more new fish. So let me take you on a tour and I'll show you what we've been up to. So last time we had moved the 90-gallon and we had a 10-gallon and the 5-gallon cube there. I went and picked up a couple more 10-gallon tanks. I needed to make lids for those tanks, so I painted some of those tracks that I use, painted the tanks, cut some pieces of glass, and I have an example here of one of the lids that I made using some spare pieces of glass. For these 10s I used all new pieces of glass for the lids so that they looked good. I got them all finished. They all have the sliding glass lids now to match my other 4. The 90-gallon, I tested it for water one more time just to be safe. I plan to build a shelf above where it goes before I put it in, so I started on that next. Had to remove all those new 10 gallons, the 50-gallon and the 5-gallon cube tank to be able to accomplish all of this moving. First I removed the shelf that used to hold the air pumps that was right there and relocated the air pumps. I got the shelf in while the tanks were still there, but it wasn't screwed in until I removed the tanks to be able to get at some of the spots. I'm gonna need some muscle to help get that tank in, so I brought Maya down to give me a hand. She was pretty eager to help. Such a good girl. In all seriousness though, Haley was able to help me lift the tank in there, which I was pretty surprised. Not sure what weighs more, her or the tank. So I had to start removing the tanks, just showing from a few different angles here how the shelf looked, but started draining the tanks one by one, getting them out of the way. All the equipment, all the aquascapes materials, they all have to get removed. So then I lined up the 90 here and got it so there was one straight shot onto the stand. Now it was very tight. The stand only allows for about 1/4 of an inch on either side, but we got it in there. Now I've got 2 5-gallons up top, just slowly acquiring those as they come available here locally. I need 5 to complete that shelf though, so I'm still looking for 3. After we got the 90-gallon in, I put the 10 gallons where the 50-gallon was, and the 50-gallon is going to be resealed. The silicone was getting kind of old and it had some algae growth inside it. We also got our new fish here. Pretty exciting little big guy. He's about 6 inches. It's a fahaka puffer. Somebody here was looking to get rid of him, basically. Sold them for $5 to us. And we put it in a 90-gallon tank. For now, it's only about 6 inches, but from our research, we can tell they grow fast, so we'll have to keep that in mind for this guy. You can see the iridescent shark in the background. That was his tank mate where we got him, and we're probably not going to keep the iridescent shark, so we'll end up finding a good home for it. It's probably already about 8 inches, and those are another fish that gets really big, so needs a suitable home. Speaking of Big Papa's doing well. Showing off his grill a little bit there for you guys. Back to small again. We've got these L100 pleco grow outs. It's a first time spawning for us. They're in with some gold mystery snails, and you can see an albino pleco too. There was a couple albino pleco fry from a different pairing, but I figured I'd throw them in together because I could tell them apart. Unlike from the brown bristlenose, the L100 fry look almost identical to those. The blue lyre-tailed guppies are growing nicely. Should be time to start seeing some color on those guys. These are the black mystery snails, the F2 feste, and the brown bristlenose growing out together, all sharing an algae wafer. This is my setup for the L100 bristlenose. Got a good little video here of the crystal red shrimp. They were all kind of in the same vicinity. I think in this video, the one with more white is a male, and then the other two are females. I'm really hoping for them to reproduce because I started off with 9 of them, and slowly and steadily they kind of gradually numbers reduced, and now we're down to 4 or 5. Next is Haley's pea puffer tank. We've had a lot of growth from the plants in this tank. Have to kind of clean it up a little bit still, but otherwise I'm very happy with how the fish are doing as well as the plants in that tank. We have the 3 pea puffers, 1 autosinkless, and 1 CPD. These are the purple mosaic guppies. I've got 2 males and 3 females. Here's the one male with the big tail and blues and purples, and then the other male there in the back with a purple and black sheen and kind of a yellowish color. The convict pair are doing good as always. Same with the male feste there, you can see him in the background. Female's all fired up with color. The Argentea, they're also doing well. A lot of the cichlids have been moving around, sharing tanks throughout the move, but the Nanoluteus are doing well too. I added some of the convict fry that are about 1/2 inch smaller than them in with them to try and help them get that fry mentality going and eat voraciously like they do. Beautiful fish though, I'm really happy to have these. The other growths are doing well. The red devils are starting to color up nicely. And the big puffer. This guy, I can tell already he's gonna be one of my favorites. Just so different from all the other fish I've ever kept. And so interesting because of that. Thanks again for watching, everyone.